Hey everyone, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you a couple of customization parts of CaseWatch that you guys can customize to make your own. One of those is going to be subject types. So I'm going to click on subject types. And the way I got there, just so you guys have a kind of a kind of have a reference, just go to user settings. You're going to go to cases and you're going to go to down here, subject types. All right, you're going to start with these four subject types in your system, but let's take, for instance, you do something different. Maybe you investigate HR cases and you call the accused and the accuser, maybe. So let's go in here and I'm going to show you how we can create a whole new subject type writing CaseWatch with what you're familiar with. So we're going to call this the accuser. This is the person making the accusation. Okay. So now we have an accuser. We got a little description here. Now we can start filling out a kind of what we want to capture for this particular account. So I'm going to go in and add a line, and I'm going to select an input. First thing we want to do is get a name. So we're going to say full name. We want this to be able to highlight. We want to be able to cross-reference it. We want it to be searchable, and we want it to be reopenable. So we're going to click all of those. We're going to add another line. Maybe there's something that's not here that they use, maybe an employee number. If that's not there, you can go and add a new custom field. You say employee number is going to be it. This is the number provided to identify each employee. There we go. And I'm going to select the field type here. So it's going to be a number. So we'll put number. And then default value. I don't think we would have a default value here. We don't want it to be just internal. So we're going to say no. And we can say it is required. So every time somebody puts a subject in, this field will be required for the accuser. All right. So we got that. That number should be searchable and should be reopenable and probably cross-referenceable too. I'm going to delete that other number up here, and let's just add one more for the sake of it. We'll add a let's add a maybe sex. And that'll be a radio button there. And we just want that to be reopenable. That's it. We don't need that searchable or anything like that. So now we've created a subject with just three small fields. I'm going to say that I want it available in workers' compensation. I'm going to click save. So now I have an accuser as a subject in this. So if I go into open up a new case, and I put in, this is a workers' comp file, continue. I'm just going to click continue, go to the next field, and we can see that now we can, I'm going to skip this one too because we want to get to where we can see that accused field. Then we're going to add another subject, and there it is right there, accuser. And we got those titles that we wanted in there. So again, we just have their name, their employee number, their sex. We could have put their address. We could add additional fields, but we just made it quick. You can also add a photograph of the accuser and accused if you wanted to do that. So I'm going to skip this step so we can go into the other area. And if you guys have any questions about that, just shoot me an email at bd@casewatch.io. The other section I wanted to show you is if you go to user settings and click cases and click case types, all right? I'm going to add a new case type. Now, this is where you guys are going to add your case types, the type of business that you operate. So if you're a private investigator and you handle surveillance and maybe SIU, you could have a SIU case type, a surveillance case type. You might be an attorney and your case types are personal injury, commercial, whatever that might be. So again, it's pretty flexible in what you can use. So in this though, we're just going to we're going to make a human resources case type. HR will be the tag. And that's just to use abbreviations throughout or acronyms throughout the system. I'm going to skip the description, but here we're going to say that this is going to be a file number. Now, these are reference labels. You can call them whatever you want. You have up to 3 of them that you can use per file. So maybe there's a file number, maybe there's a government number, if there's some sort of a police report number. Right. So put police report number. We can copy this to the invoice. We can make the reference number required. We can make that one required. We can copy this one to the invoice, but not make it required because it's a police report. It might not be on every single one of these. Maybe we want rush. I don't think suspected fraud. Well, maybe suspected fraud of an employee, so we can put that. You pick the type of cases or services, they're going to be under the case types. So we'll put background check and surveillance here. And we want, instead of claimant, we're going to have accuser, employer, residence, and vehicle. And the primary type is going to be accuser. So we're going to want accuser to be the first person entered. If you have additional fields that you want to put into, custom fields that you want to put into the case details page, you can do that here. And these fields, just like in the subject field, will populate in that field. So maybe, I don't know what we could put as well, let's see. We got, this is going to be HR. So let's put a custom field, building number. And building number is going to be where the incident occurred, right? So we'll put building number and we'll put number, and no, it's not going to be internal. And no, we're going to not make it required. I'm going to click save. Okay, and we got that there. We're also going to make it reopenable. And down here, you have the ability to do a couple of different things. Enable budget tracking, make the case type available for public request, copy special handling instructions to reopen the case, copy inter-office notes, and copy case services to reopen case. I'm going to leave all of these blank except for these 2. I'm going to click save. And there we have it, human resources. So now when we go into human resources and we create a new case, which I'll go in and we'll go right through and take a look. You got sample client there, human resources, continue. And you'll see that police report number, file number right there, and then building number right here. So you can capture any of the information that you need to capture in your case types. And if you need to edit those, you just go back into user settings, go back into case types, and just click on that case type to make any edits that you need to make. If anybody has any questions, reach out at bd@casewatch.io. Thank you.